eligible to get a
Right.
COVID vaccine starting Monday.
Mm.
So until that's done, I'm not going anywhere. I will continue to maintain my distance and all of that. So
All right. So welcome to Teachers Teaching Teachers. I decided.
turn that up. Turn yourself up, Bob.
Oh, really? Wait.
You're
Hello.
fading away.
Wait, is it that
Yeah.
bad? Is that bad? Hello. Welcome to Teachers Teaching
Oh,
Teachers. Is that okay? Now I'm really loud.
no, you're just right.
Okay. I think I may have weird sound properties going on, but I apologize for that. Let me try this. No, it won't switch to that. I get it. Okay, never mind. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Hi. So this kind of getting ready, messing around at the entrance door is sort of I wanted to capture that. So here we are. I didn't know what to do tonight because everyone is feeling exhausted. But thank you for coming in anyhow. So why don't we all know each other, but just quickly say who you are in case somebody watches this later, and we can talk about what we want to do together. Harry, what's up with you? What's going on?
Uh, I am a what am I? I'm a librarian at the high school in Delaware. We are lucky enough to be at school at 7:45 till 2:45 in the morning, and then 4:30 till 9 o'clock at 8:30 at night. And that was their solution to trying to make sure that we give the kids that aren't doing any
So
work
there.
that are remote a chance to pass this year. So it's exciting.
Wait,
And
do you
I'm
go?
trying to find out
Do
if any of
students
my
go?
dogs get to here.
Do students go just one of those two sessions, or how does it work?
Yeah, the way our school is set up is that we have A B week, right? So we have hybrid and we have remote students. And the dilemma that we have, which I'm sure we're not the only school, but 30 out of 100 students are not going to pass as seniors. And that's mainly because they are working during the day when they're supposed to be attending their
Hmm.
classes.
Yeah.
So the parents are very upset that their students are not going to graduate this year. And so, in order to make it look like we're doing above and beyond, they asked all the teachers to be working evenings. So
Dang.
I run home to get the dogs out. I run back to school,
Cool.
and we that
Have
it's
they doubled your salary?
no,
Of course they have. Yeah.
yeah, that was the first thing on the plate. Yeah, right. Come on. And this is mainly just for the kids that are remote that are not obviously doing anything. So if they don't do this, then I think it's beyond the reasonable doubt that
So
it's proven that they're like we're giving them every opportunity, right, to pass, and they're not. But the
we
long and short is, I'm mainly here tonight because I want to figure out a way to take when you get those reports. I told Chris this, I think, 2 weeks ago. You get a very analytical report when you take a PSAT or SAT to tell you what your weaknesses are and what kind of skills that you're needed to work on, to practice in order to achieve a better score next time. And some of those are comprehension and things like that. I am interested in taking those skills and trying to figure out if I can create some kind of summer unit that we would use existing students writing in youth voices and somehow use some kind of exercise or lesson where we would be able to use other people's writings and demonstrate those skills using other people's writings, youth voices. I thought if I could
cool.
get a group of students involved, once I get that activated, then I would constantly have a stream of people always using youth voices that I can keep on putting students in. And that's my way in to youth voices. So that's basically I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. So
Cool.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't we come away from the drafty door and come up to the stage for a second? There.
Okay.
No different, but just hi. So I was trying to do quicker round of just introductions, but that's fine, Harry. You went there.
Sorry.
And I will say, no criticism at all. I'm just trying to figure out, wrap my head around what you are wanting to do there, and maybe others can help me do that too. But
Yep.
yeah, but we'll get there. It sounds like an interesting idea. So other quick introductions. Stephanie, do you want to go ahead? And
I'm Stephanie Lewis. I'm a visiting
Oh,
assistant
Stephanie's
professor
too far
at
away. I can't hear you.
University of Nevada, Las Vegas in teacher ed. So I'm trying to get all my ELA teachers involved in Youth Voices.
cool. Karis, do you want to introduce yourself? Welcome.
And I am a senior taking AP Literature and Composition from Paul Hankins in Salisbury, Indiana.
Cool. Christina. I'm just going around the horn here.
Hi, Christina Cantrell from the National Writing Project, and just catching up on what you're all doing and interested in these spaces.
Cool. Paul? He's waving. Right?
You're on, yeah.
Thank you, Chairman Mike. Paul Hankins, Southern Indiana. It's good to see everybody. Looking forward to chatting tonight.
Cool. Anna? Welcome.
Hi everybody. Anna Main, teaching at Berkeley High School in Berkeley.
And Chris, you didn't. Go ahead.
I did not yet. No. Chris Sloan and I teach at Judge Memorial in Salt Lake City, Utah.
So it seems like you got to be really, really close to here. I don't think I made any settings any different, but we'll see what happens here as we go. We can move around. So Harry started doing the one idea I had tonight. I mean, I feel like people are, tell me if I'm wrong, but we know people are exhausted, and Harry, your description of your schedule is like crazy. And I got a few people who said, I got other meetings and I got to get grades in. Anyway, so I wanted to try to respect that, but also try to say that I feel like this could be a good time to try something new. So the proposal here tonight is for you to say one thing you want to give and one thing you want to get from this group. And Harry already said what he wants to get, something about those SAT things. Not sure. But who else wants to jump in with that notion? Something you want to give and something you want to get tonight.
I can volunteer my.
Thanks, Chris.
I think my students can give some feedback on people's work on Youth Voices. If, I do kind of a scatter shot, but if there's someone here who's like, oh, so-and-so would really like some feedback on this thing, I can employ some feedback people. And then something I want to get, probably the reciprocal kind of thing is like some feedback for my own students from yours.
Cool.
I'm pretty easy.
Go ahead.
What I want to give is I want to give you more teachers with their classes. And what I'd like to get is some data that I could write about so that I can keep my job.
So data around Youth Voices you're interested, or how do you?
Yeah, about how Youth Voices serves as a platform for authentic conversations among high school students and middle school students, but mostly high school because that's my field of interest. But
we would love for somebody to do that. So yeah.
That's what I really would like to be able to do.
Okay.
I have some historic data.
Awesome.
It's pretty old.
Oh, we need some. And this is the thing, all of the data that I have for everything that I've done from my dissertation backwards, it all kind of went out the window with the pandemic. Because everything is so different that I really feel like everybody's starting from scratch. But I don't want to really talk about the pandemic. I actually want to talk about the platform.
And I was just going to say, I don't think anything's changed in 18 years. So I don't know. Obviously not true, but that's my first thought. Interesting. So the kids, I just want to check the not kids, the teachers in your classes are teaching already or right now?
Yeah, mostly I have grad students students working on their MEDs. I have a lot of Teach for America students. I have a lot of alternative route to licensure students who are in the classrooms but getting their licenses. But I also have a lot of students who are in the classroom working on their master's degrees. I think of my 100 students this semester, I have maybe 15 or who are seniors and doing their student teaching.
I I hope it's okay, and you all should redirect. So we'll allow any conversation to burst out here. But so one of the things that I don't think we have any data on, or I would love to learn more about, is what the on ramps are for people to Youth Voices. Like Paul Hankins, you can speak for yourself, but you hung out around our community for some time, and then like what got you in, right? What same Don Reed talks about the same kind of thing about it took her a while to figure out how to get in. So that might be an interesting question. I think it's interesting to me at least. But cool. Karis, what would you like to give and get? And thank you for being like just one of us, if you don't mind.
Oh, you're welcome. I can give. I'm not following. My time and commitment, and like my opinions, I guess, like as a different perspective. And I can, from what I can take away, I can take like more experience.
Cool.
Since like I'm 18, so I don't really have like much history with myself, and like I guess like everything else is going on in the world. So it's nice to have like different perspectives on like what other people think based off of like, let's say what happened with like a 2008 event or something. But like I was like probably in 4th grade, like as an example. I don't know.
Cool. Thank you, Anna.
I don't really know.
Okay.
To be totally honest, I missed like we're having, yeah.
I have one. I have one for you if you want me to.
Yeah, you can speak before we go. I don't have.
Your Natalia has her kids are starting to publish the COVID around the world pieces that is
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah that are based on your assignments, I think. And you sent me those assignments, but I never did anything with them. So I would love to be able to show you how to get those assignments connected to your kids' posts, and then also Natalia's posts. Is that a give and get?
That sounds fun.
At least I could show you how I think it could happen. Okay, we can work on that. Paul Hankins.
Well, what can I give tonight? I got an early look at a new book. Becky Maldonado is the editor or among the editing team on this thing. I see Dr. Loomis up there nodding her head in affirmation. She knows the book of which I'm speaking. It's art integration in the ELA classroom, which is it's tricky sometimes because there's some thoughts and opinions out there about it's called English language arts, not English language arts and crafts, and we talk about projects that become Grecian urns. The student reads Grapes of Wrath and creates bumper stickers for the Jode family rumbling down the road. And, we kind of miss the mark on student response sometimes. But I got to see an early chapter in that book to write a blurb for it on mandala. And Karis's group tomorrow is actually going to work with that early chapter and work with the history of mandala and try to create some for Their Eyes Are Watching God. So that's one thing I think I can share. Another thing I'm doing on Now Comment is trying to venture out a little bit and how to grab text. Like today, we're doing a series of essays and texts in the Langham Comp class on the subject of education. And our Langan Comp book is just it's a little bit, it's getting kind of dated since it's from like 2013. And I wanted to pull some poetry from Cortez Harris. He has a wonderful collection of poetry from last year called We Made It to School Alive. So I just ended up taking some screenshots of that little collection and throwing them up in a now comment as a
With,
photo essay.
with your thumb in the bottom corner. I love it. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So you've already seen that, yeah. And that was just like quick on the fly. Like, can I grab some shots and put them up there? Now, what will it look like when students try to isolate lines that are photographed instead of grabbing them the other way traditionally from a piece of text? The other thing is, I'm part of a reading group right now that's grabbing a newer book. Maybe it's about 3 years old now, called Writer Designer, which is about doing multimodal text with your students, and it's falling right in line with like what we want to do with multi-genre, but we haven't really thought about Shauna Coppola's multimodal approaches, and so I'm really excited about that reading. We're doing that with Angela Stockman and Andy Schoenburn and a number of other folks that are grabbing onto that text right now, and I'm just excited that it's a student book, right? So it's a book that I can use in the classroom, but it's one that I can put in the hands of students and run it side by side with like Chip Kidd's Guide to Graphic Design, and really kick up what we've been trying to do for a number of years, and bring some oomph to that in the classroom. Because as the book says early on, many times we come in with these projects and you feel like you're the outlier. You're the one that has to do a lot of defense work for something that looks different than what everybody else is doing. But what this book is doing is actually like centering the idea of multimodal in the better traditions of rhetoric. And so I'm really excited to do that reading with teachers this spring and what that might be able to create for us next fall.
Paul, I'd love
Yeah.
to join you on that, by the way.
Is that Christina?
Yeah,
so-
in that reading group, I'd really like to read that with you all.
Yeah, I think right now, like what we're doing is everybody's just trying to grab the text, and it's weird because I paid like a good price to get it. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's
ended
kind
up
of expensive.
what ended up coming was like a desk copy of the book, but that's what Andy has too. That's what people are finding right now. So
I see. Yeah.
it's a little
Okay.
pricey though.
Cool.
So I don't want to forget the Mandela. Am I saying you said Mandela? I say Mandela. Is that the same thing we're talking? Yeah, the first thing you mentioned. Do you know? Do you hear me, Paul?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I want to get from you on that is I want to make sure the kids get that stuff up on Youth Voices, those images. So we should brainstorm that together a little bit. Chris Sloan, one of the things I am behind on right now, and would love to kind of show you on the back end, is some help in like Natalia's kids need feedback right now. Natalia, right, in Orange Cove, and they put up they've put up something that their posts are not going to their school page, and I have to go in and make all those corrections. I'd love to show somebody else how to help me with that, if that makes
You
some
mean just
sense.
add their school name as a tag?
Yeah, they put up the right. So you have to go in the back end, find the drafts, and so working a little bit tonight on making sure everything that's available is obvious, either on the front page or on the school page. Yeah, and going in and adding the showcase category to any of the posts that are up there. That
And they're
would
the
be
ones doing the international COVID stories?
that's correct.
Yeah. I didn't want to be too needy tonight.
Good.
Another need I had was my kids are, my students are putting stuff on Now Comment, with their inquiry work, but I noticed they're not consistently putting them, to the collection, to the study group collection, the UN Sustainable Goals collection. So I've kind of fallen down on that. So they just have to they join the study group and then they invite that article to the collection, right?
Yeah, let's get. Yeah.
Anyway,
So
maybe not.
no, that's a fine thing. what I'm trying to figure out is maybe everyone wants to go work together somehow. I wanted to try to use this space. So I could go work with Chris a little while. You could work yourself and then come back. Does that make sense? I don't have this plan, so I need you to help me plan this.
I think you'd be pretty quick with me, Paul.
Okay, good. I'll go work with you. Why don't Paul and Christina go talk about that book more? Does that make sense? And yeah, Anna, yours is a back end kind of thing too. Let's look together. Yep. Does that make some sense? And
Yeah, but unless Paul, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to bother Paul if he needs to like be in Youth Voices with you guys. I'm just interested in that book.
No, I was just inviting you into that. I was going to tell Angela and Andy that you might want to be in that group. So I'm just tagging you in there real quick.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, it does sound like an interesting book.
so, Paul and Christina, is this somebody we could invite on TTT? Would that make sense? At some point, we'll think about it.
If you know, I think we could. I think probably the most accessible person that's in that group right now would probably be Shauna. But I'm not sure like what her scheduling looks like. But we could reach out there.
Okay.
I don't know that we have contact with these authors of the book. I think that we see the book and we want to read it. Although I do have I have one connection out there that said, "Oh, you can ask Cheryl Ball just about anything," and it's like, okay, but there's like 500 Cheryl Balls on Facebook. It gets weird when you just cold call people, you know.
I do know Cheryl from way back. I don't know if I have her email though.
Somebody knows Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird connection on Facebook. I think it was like Dr. Tradiva or Tradina. She was like, "Yeah, you can reach out to Cheryl with just about anything," and it's like, "Oh, not really. You can."
So
we'll see.
She's with Kairos, I think. That's how
you guys.
I know her.
So I want to ask. I want to go with Chris and Anna and show you guys some back end stuff, and then let you play. Let me ask: does Karis know enough about the Mandela stuff to start making an image?
No, because she'll be introduced to it tomorrow. But what I could do, I could share the document with her that she could at least have the background history.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? And Harry, you want to hang out with us, and we'll see what's going on. And okay. So I'm going to go over here and let's find each other. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let me deal with Chris and now comment first. So Chris, the key for me helping, but then because I think a little help will let them know what to do, is I need to know what their question is. The question. So in the study group, they have to create a collection, a public collection that is titled collection : and then their question. Right? And then
so they're in the study group, they create a collection, and there needs to be, what is it? Something ?
Doesn't matter, we can fix it. The standard we use is using the word collection, putting the colon, and then putting the question afterwards. As long as that question is there, that's what we need. And then once that collection is created, then they can add documents to that collection that they've uploaded already. Okay. And or they can upload something and then add it to the collection. It's that and or that kind of maybe is confusing, but.
Okay, so once the collection is created, they can add documents to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other one?
And they have already put documents into the study group, right?
Yeah, some of them for
Right.
sure.
So they just need to, and you don't have to, there's no way to drag anything, but they need to go into the collection, add a new document, find it in their library again, and hit it, and then it goes into the collection. Is that is that clear enough or not?
So go into the collection, find the document, and then
There's a button that says add a document. And then when you hit that, all of the stuff that you've put up comes up in a drop-down box, and then you add that item to the collection.
okay, I might put together a little screencast for that one. I think.
But okay,
Is there one already?
there are. See, I think your instructions already had some of that in it.
Okay.
I
I'll
think.
look.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you should try it yourself and see. Let me work with Anna for a second,
You got it.
and then Anna. So, and we'll get back. Let's see. I was going to try to screen share, and then let's see if this works. This room, yep. And I hope this doesn't bother anybody too much. Okay, I think that's okay to do. And I'm coming back to youth voices. Okay. You know how to make that screen big and small again in case it gets in the way? Okay, good. Okay. So up here at the top is this little thing that says content aware sidebars, right? And let me show you. Let me see. Let me find one of the ones. I have to think about this, but I think we'll get there.
What is it that you're trying to show me?
I want to.
before we-
Yeah, good point. I want to replace on here. So far, what I've put. Let me just. Yeah, it's hard for me to say what I want to do without looking at it. So far, I put Luis's assignment next to yours, right? Except not on this one. All right. Where's one I'm pretty sure I did. Where are they? Oh, there. Yeah. See this here? Want to make a post like this one? Click this image and find out what
okay.
to do. So that goes, let's just check where that goes. That goes to her document. I want that to go to your document.
Okay, I understand.
Okay?
That's Louise Basso's document.
That's right.
Yeah. 'Cause
So,
that's basically what I copied. I mean, it would probably be helpful to see hers as well. Hers was just like a much more involved project at a different point in the pandemic.
I know, but these specifically come from your assignment, so I think we could do that. And you did create a different category, right?
Yeah, I think I just called it COVID around the world.
And is that here yet? Wait. Yeah, COVID around the world is here too. COVID oral histories is also here. Okay, so here's the deal. I could do this, but I think it's worth showing you how I'm doing it, so you could do it next time. Is that okay? And then maybe you could. So when you go here, by here,
Paul?
hi,
Paul,
please.
Are you broadcasting your screen to the whole room? Because
I
it's
can-
blocking some work that we're doing on your side.
Yeah. I can turn it off.
Can you share nearby?
You cannot. But we could go to a different room.
Okay.
You want to do that? Let's go to a different room. Let's see if that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one are you going to?
Yeah, fine. Let me turn this off first to hide. Ah, hi Harry. It's okay.
Hey.
We'll get you, Harry.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, good. I was trying to cancel that broadcast. Why is it still broadcasting? Broadcast.
I don't see anything being broadcast.
I know,
Mm-mm.
but I
Yeah.
do. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I'm going to share screen here now, and hopefully it is only in this room. Start application window. Okay, so that's back now, right?
Back over to that. You're gonna end up going back in that room, right?
Yes, we'll be back.
I'm gonna go back over there and just see who's over there. Yeah, I'll be over there.
Okay. Let us know if for some reason this is not working and it's still blocking their work.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
Uh,
to get here, you clicked on something in that central menu. I forget what it was called, but I remember where it was.
yeah, but probably better to tell you to find it in the back end.
Okay, content aware.
Content aware it is, right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Once you go to content aware, what we have to do is we have to create a sidebar for that category. I can do this, but it's hard to describe what I'm doing. All right. So you, what you, where is it? I'm in content aware. Then you go to add new. Right.
They Paul, no good. They can still hear you. They can hear everything. They can't hear themselves.
Okay. I think.
Paul, maybe I should try sharing my screen and you verbally walk me through it.
Yeah, we'll do that. But it's because
it's not like we're talking behind their backs because we can't.
Okay.
Because he's the host.
So I am going to allow you to share here in a second. See, I think Harry, can you go back and make sure I turned it off? Thank you
Sure.
for being that emissary.
Hey, it's fun. It keeps me awake. It's good. All right. No, that's all right. I'll check.
Thank you. Let me see. And I went to people. That was correct. And now I'm going to allow you to share screen. Where is it? Yeah. Chris, Christina, Harry, Karis. Come on, guys. Oh, there you are, right at the top. Alphabetical. Okay, you're now deputized. You can share screen. Yes, I think what you suggested is smart. That I'll lead you through it.
All right, I've got double monitor. Okay, but you can see what I'm looking at.
Oh. What's happening?
They can't hear you.
Good. Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So Anna, you're good now. Okay.
So wait, where did here to the dashboard?
Yeah. Let me make it big so I can see what you're doing. Okay. You're logged in. Yep. Yeah, go to dashboard. Now go to content. What is it? Something aware. Yeah, it is content aware. Yep. Click that. Oh, you're kidding. Wait.
Did I do something wrong?
You did not. It's possible that. Oh, goodness. That I don't have. You did
Oh,
nothing.
I don't have access.
But you do. I can't believe you wouldn't. Okay, this is something I didn't know. I'm glad you tried to do it. Okay, it'll take
Can
me.
I log in as you quickly?
I'll just do it. But I will fix that also. So next time you can do it. I'm gonna stop you. I wrote it down to fix it. Okay. It's just a permissions thing, and whatever. Now I'm sharing this room. Application window. Okay. Share. So you now see my screen, right? Yeah. Okay. I just need to find it as well. Okay.
So you're adding a new sidebar.
That's right. So I'm adding new, which you'll be able to do as soon as I can get in and find the permissions for it. So you have to create a condition. The condition is going to be categories. And the category is going to be, what'd you call it? COVID around the world?
COVID around the world.
COVID around the world. You see it pops up, right? Whoops.
Cool.
Does it? Yes, it does. Oh, come on. I'm just, okay. Oh, man. I'll get it. It's too fast. It's funny.
I have this problem with the tagging feature sometimes.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Then you have to create an action. And the action we're going to merge, and we're going to merge it onto the main sidebar. So the sidebar still comes up, and we're going to put it at the top. Okay? Those are sort of just standard procedure. Then you hit create. You don't have to do anything else. You hit create, and that creates a. Well, you want to. While I'm doing this, you might want to find the link. Like, is yours in a Google Doc?
Yeah. Drop it in the chat.
Yeah. And is it a public document at this point? Or
I think it's like anyone on the web can view. Do I need to publish it to the web?
no, that's good enough. As long as the link works, I think. Okay, but watch what I'm doing now, though. Too. Are you ready?
Wait, I'm not watching you.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I'm ready.
We're gonna manage widgets. So a widget there is now a widget named COVID around the world. And that widget will go onto the sidebar of any posts where that category is used. Did that make sense? I can say it again. Okay, good.
No, it makes sense.
Okay. And it's going there, but slowly. Okay, there are a bunch of them here, but we can find it again. COVID around the world. There it is. So what you have to do is open it up. Come on. There it is. Then you have to find the widget over here. What I said wasn't quite right, but So that's a sidebar. The COVID around the world is a sidebar. Now we need to find I guess, let's find the image. I think it'd be best to have an image, right? Which I just realized. But okay, so we drag that
I think
image.
she just disappeared.
Oh, okay.
I
Thanks.
think it seemed like a sudden snap off. I mean, like she was kicked off or something.
Okay, she'll be back probably.
Yeah, I think so. I think she just got disconnected.
I'll look for an image while she's doing that.
Yeah.
So, COVID around the world, images, oh, yeah.
Sure.
Hi. You okay?
Still logging in, I think, here. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do I want to find a Creative Commons? That'd be nice to do. Let's see if it's still possible. Yeah, that's still possible. COVID, okay. Pandemic.
Yeah, I think she's having. There she goes. She says having problems with connection.
Are you back yet? No.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
Oh my god, my computer just like restarted.
You can't gamble and do it at the same time. The casino thing, it's too much memory.
Oh my god, I'm just. Man, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking up an image to attach to the sidebar label. Is that what's happening?
Yes. And I'm not doing a very good job. I appreciate your following this. Okay, so yeah, I'm still sharing that. Okay, I see what's going on a little bit here.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just choose one and you can change it later if you want. I looked under, not that one. Should I get a global, like one of these, like this one? Does that seem okay? No? Are you there? Oh, okay. It's okay. I'll just choose one.
I was giving you a thumbs up. That's fine.
Oh, you were? Oh, it is thumbs up? Okay. Oh, not that one.
Yeah, not that. I think a map of some kind is cool.
I think this one's good.
You just want it to look different from Luis's?
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. This will be good. Let me get this. Where is it? Download all sizes. Come on. Okay. Now if I can find my widget again. Here's my widget. I pulled this image widget onto the COVID-19. Do you see that? It's here. You with me? Wait, how did that happen already? Okay.
I'm not totally sure what you got here, but I'm following what you're doing.
Okay. COVID around the world. Wait. Hers was called Coronavirus Photo Memoirs, right? Yours is COVID around the world. You already. Are you doing this? Wait. How did that get here already? I'm confused.
And
Okay,
my
good.
own computer is barely functioning. I
Okay.
didn't do anything.
Okay, good. Did you, the doc, did you put that in the chat? The link to the doc?
Yeah, I pasted it in the chat, although I left, so now I can't see the
Yeah,
chat. Can you
it's
see
there. Do you want me to? Do you want me
No.
to copy and paste and put it back in there again?
No, I'll get it. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay.
or yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I just have to find the screen again. Okay. Chat.
This is interesting. I'm glad we're doing this.
Okay. But I don't get. I did not do that. Anyway, I'm not even going to explain my confusion. Okay. I'm afraid that yours is called COVID around the world, right? That's not. Is that different than Luisa's or not?
That's a good question. I can look on Youth Voices. I thought hers was like COVID oral history
I did too.
because it was more of like an ethnography, anthropology type project.
Yeah.
But I might be wrong.
Okay. So. All right. I need to think about this harder, and I can't do it at this moment. I don't think. I'm worried about. I'm worried about messing up her thing.
That's fair.
But I know how to fix it. I'll just have to do it at a more calm time. So, you've already sent me. Let me make sure. That's cool. We'll do this. Okay. I know what to do, and your assignment will appear next to yours and to Natalia's kids' work. Okay. Does that work?
Okay.
I'll do it, and I'll tell you how I did it sometime.
Okay.
I just
Yeah, that is.
I just have to
her
clarify.
project.
Yeah, I know. So I just have to make sure.
When I search,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't
Go.
mean to interrupt you. When
You
I
didn't.
searched COVID oral history as a category on the site, I think all of her kiddos pop up. So I think that that's the category that they used on theirs.
I know, but when I looked at COVID around the world, it had her assignment in it. So I just have
Sorry,
to.
I'm gonna have my audio is cutting out a lot.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the other room and stop sharing. I'm going back over.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so by the way, using the map to find out where people are is a good thing to do. Let's go hear what they're talking about.
Like a form like what, Paul?
I like doing a reapproach to even haiku, right, and understanding how that works, and moving out to Tonka on haiku, and how that 5-line poem, that 5-line stanza, if you can stretch that out to what we call a ring syncane, where you have like 5 syncanes strung together, you almost have the form and the structure, the bones of something that if you had to go to 5-paragraph essay, you could. But the magic, the real magic of syncane is if you go out to the ring, right? So a ring syncane is when you have 6 stanzas, but the 6th stanza is created, the 5 lines are created from the other lines of the other stanzas. So stanza 6 would be line 1. Line 2 would be line 2 from stanza 2. So by the time you get to that 6th stanza, it's a mystery piece that's only revealed to you now that you've gone through the work of doing the other 5 the little rooms, right? Those stanzas. And often what will happen is through that act of discovery, the student will write something in that 6th stanza that's more inventive than anything they were trying to come up with when they were following the rules in stanza 1, stanza 2. I think by the time they figure it out, it starts to open. But to tell students who don't read poetry to go write poetry would be like giving you a bag of flour and saying, go make me a cake.
Make a cake, yeah.
And Robert Frost said, playing, writing free verses like playing tennis without a net. We don't have the boundary. So we go back to that mandala conversation. The mandala gives us a boundary of a circle to work in, to try to vet out some ideas. So the forms have been really, really helpful to us to branch out, from poetry back into generative approaches to writing that we may not have discovered just by like heading out in prose from the left-hand margin of the page. And like Karis is more of a by my assessment, I think she enjoys Mr. Rieger's science classes probably more than she enjoys Mr. Hank's Lang and Comp classes. Okay, she got to dissect fetal pig today, so
How was that?
Yeah, I got nothing on that. You dissected a pig. Here is Emily Dickinson's poem 1312. It's like how am I going to compete with that?
Well, let her answer.
Karis, what was one thing that you learned today when you dissected the pig that you didn't know?
The pig that my group had was like rather large, and because like all the other groups had like probably like a foot or so like of pig, like size. I don't know, but yeah. But ours was actually we found out that it was birth, and it was probably about like 2 to 4 weeks old, and it was probably like 2 feet long.
Wow.
So it was like very thick and like tough to like cut through.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
Does Walt Whitman write about dissecting pig fetuses? I mean, where am I going to find that? How do I compete? I find that in a, you know what I mean, in a Robert Frost piece somewhere.
Maybe
Gary Snyder,
or something.
a Seamus Haney. I mean, like, who's writing about this stuff?
The jungle, I think, is the closest.
Stephen King. Stephen King.
I got nothing.
Paul, I wanted to ask you on the Mandela stuff. Mandela stuff. Is there any writing that's going with that too?
Well, yeah, we were debriefing on that a little bit. They're actually trying to find a symbol from Their Eyes Are Watching God that they are going to tuck into the hero's journey, which that schematic is naturally a circle anyway. And the question is, does that particular symbol, does it situate and set in the hero's journey? And if it does, like, what does it do? Does it stymie progress? Does it further progress? Is it the progress, right? And I haven't told Karis's group this, but my idea for the paper next week, because I write right alongside them, right? That's classic Penny Kittle kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My symbol is the horizon. So that horizon is going to stretch all the way around the hero's journey. And I'm going to break it into 4 parts: east, north, west, and south, right? And each one of those directions becomes something that Janie looks toward as she goes on her quest to go find love. So that's kind of the idea we're talking about, Paul, is like how to take the mandala and look at the hero's journey and situate those symbols as they appear, and what do they do? What do they do in that slot? That helps us to better appreciate this enormous quest that Janie's just looking for love, and through most of the early part of the novel, it's like an old country song. She's looking for love in all the wrong places, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how does this symbol and the symbol work that Zora Neale Hurston brings in there help us to better appreciate the depth of that quest? So
Cool.
we'll see. We asked him to do some pretty wackadoo things. Jim Burke, a number of years ago, Jim Burke says that he does not remember ever saying this, but I'll either get him to commit to like just finally say, no, he never said it, and I dreamt about it, but I know he did this. He, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, he had 2 circles on a whiteboard. One was big and one was small. And he described them as gelatinous circles that could morph and change shape. He said, start with 2 circles. And then one doesn't have to be your main character and the other one doesn't have to be the antagonist. One doesn't have to be a symbol. Neither one of them has to be a character. They could both be the character. He says, I want you to morph these circles into shapes that would have a relationship with one another. And I thought that's just absolute genius, because it could be the main character and it could be an opposing force. It could be anything that you want those circles to be, as long as they keep their fluid, rounded shape and don't get angular, because then we get into that artistic, is my picture good? We just need the nebulous idea of what you're trying to communicate. And Burke says that he never talked about this stuff. So if I can get him to commit that he never said it, it's gonna be my
It's
idea.
all yours. It's all yours.
Yeah.
I think it might describe what TTT is becoming too, but we'll see
Nebulous and
as we go. Crystal, I need to get back to you on the tech stuff, but I just want to encourage you. You know how to get into the back end pretty easily. You just need to go to posts, and if you see like Orange Cove has, you could feel free to make corrections on the categories and the tags.
But
I can show you what
I wouldn't see Orange Cove because they haven't tagged it as Orange Cove.
But they've tagged it with whatever it is with 4
The
letters.
COVID International
No, with 4 letters. OH. They've used their, instead of spelling out Orange Cove, and that doesn't work. It doesn't. So I have to go in and make all those corrections, and I'll get to it. But if I, so,
Okay.
but as a let's resurrect commenting on Friday kind of thing, and tomorrow I'll make sure everything gets up there, and we'll address your issue of giving and getting comments. On
We don't have school this Friday though. Just a little heads
But-
up.
Oh, okay. You'll do your Friday whenever you have Friday, whenever you have school again. Yeah, it doesn't have to be on that day, right? Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Anna and I ran into some, and anyway, we're figuring this all out together. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you.
Thank you for the organic meeting tonight. This is really
Thanks.
This is really good. Thanks.
Great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks for signing me up, Paul.
Sure. Yeah.
Whoops, I'm on the exit.